Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Hello, everyone. Now we're live. That works.
Hey.
Hello, and welcome
Welcome.
to Hear Me Out.
Very planned
Ninja,
out, right? Look, very well done. Awesome show.
yeah. Hey, Crow. Ninja, how are you? It's been a while since we did one of these.
I'm doing well, thank you. Yeah, I'm enjoying my streaming break. I haven't been streaming a lot lately, but it's been fun. So very
Nice.
relaxed, Yeah, looking forward to the stream today.
Yeah, you're getting ready for some Netflix games when you're back.
Yeah, exactly. You heard the news, so
Yeah, I
that's
heard
pretty
the
exciting.
news.
So there's a new game that came out today, so I'll actually be streaming it tonight. That should be pretty fun.
Ooh.
Yeah. How about
Yeah.
you? What have you been doing in your streams?
I've been finishing up my Baldur's Gate video, and that's been doing great. So
Right.
that's been really fun. And we're keep playing a bit of FIFA and a bit of Fabledom, which is a really cute city
Wow.
builder that it's in early access. So, but other than that, it's not a lot. Like I don't have a lot of time for gaming right now. I think it will loosen up a little bit maybe next week. So, looking forward to that.
That's cool.
But I've been
I
listening to a
heard
lot of
that.
music.
Yeah, we'll listen to music. I heard that you've got a light from a developer of Baldur's Gate during
Yeah, I
your
did.
release. So
One of
that was
the
pretty
one of
exciting.
the
Yeah.
Yeah, really excited. One of the lead narrative designers or something like that gave it a like, which is always fun to see developers seeing your content
Yeah.
when you make content about that game, especially if they don't know you're doing it. So yeah, that's really fun, really cool, and really fun. Yeah, and then it's Eurovision week, so
Right.
I listen to video game music and I listen to metal, and then once a year I listen to whatever is on Eurovision. And
Which
this
can
is
be
that
a
week.
mix of everything, right? So.
Oh yeah. I mean, if we have time, we might squeeze in Finland's entry this year. If you haven't heard it, because it's something special.
Definitely want to
But
watch
yeah,
that.
we'll see what we have time for. I mean, video game music takes precedence because this is a show all about celebrating the lovely world of video game music. So yeah.
Absolutely.
But Purple is joining us a bit later. She had a meeting running over, so in the meantime, we'll get started with some awesome music, and then when she joins us, we'll jump into her track. So let's just start this way. Ninja, why don't you introduce the track that you will be showing us?
Awesome. Yeah, for sure. So my track is from a composer called Yuzo Koshiro. It's a composer that is known for, especially for Streets of Rage. So he made the soundtrack for Streets of Rage 1, 2, 3, and some of the track for 4. And this is the game that I'll be showing today. It's Streets of Rage 4. And this guy is crazy. Like he's made so many soundtrack and they all sound so different. This guy, I just can't know that he's a composer of a soundtrack when I listen to it, because he has so many styles. It's crazy. He did Etrian Odyssey. He did some work in Chemnu. He's a Sega guy, but yeah, he did some work in Sonic. He's pretty crazy out there. He's well known, and so it's pretty crazy that they got him to make some songs in Streets of Rage 4, right? Because it's not from Sega. It was the IP was taken by another company. But yeah, he made like so many songs, at least like 5 or 6, maybe even more. But yeah, so the thing that's crazy about Streets of Rage is that even on the Sega, people who doesn't play video game were listening to the soundtrack and they were like, wait, is that really from a video game? From a video game? Because at the time, this type of music was not really popular in video games. And right now, that was in the 90s. So now we listen to it and we know that it's a video game song. But yeah, so what's crazy is that he really nailed the main theme of Streets of Rage in this new main theme of the game. So that's what I find pretty crazy. If you guys haven't listened to the older songs, you'll notice that he really, really, really did a good job. When I heard the song, I was like, yeah, he still got it. He still figured out how to make a Streets of Rage main theme. So I was very satisfied. This is the type of song that gives me the chill, when I listen to it. And yeah, I can't wait to show you guys. So yeah, I'm good.
Let's jump into it. And Reaver, hope you enjoy the song as well. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome, Weaver. So I'm just gonna let you close the background music first, if you don't mind. George.
Yes.
I'll start it
There
up.
we go.
All right, let's do it.
So Streets of Rage 4. Yeah, I like where this is going.
Yeah, it's like the intro of the song, right? It's hard to say what it's gonna be yet.
Yeah, like could go anywhere at this point. And very retro as well.
Yeah, at first, for sure. It'll change pretty soon.
Oh yeah, there we go. So
There
like,
it is.
It feels like it starts out as sort of like an homage to where it comes from, where the roots are, and then goes into more of this.
Yeah, definitely. Like you can see, yeah, that it's kind of like a homage. I like how you say that. It definitely is. Have you played Streets of Rage 4 yet, Bjorn?
I haven't actually played it, but actually it's one of the few games of this type that I've seen gameplay of. So
Yeah.
like I have watched like a stream or so or two about it on it, but I've never played it myself though. I really like the keyboard melody there.
Yeah,
Like this da-da-da-da-da.
that's probably like the homage that we're looking for
Yeah.
from the Sega time. But he's so good. Like even though he made music in the '90s, he's still modern, right? Like this type of music still feels modern. That's what I like about it.
It's a
Oh
nice
man,
groove.
yeah. Streets of Rage 4 is such a good game. It's so good.
I feel like if the melody was played on an electric guitar, this would be very metal. But now instead it becomes kind of like old school retro.
Yeah, that's true.
But like this could work very well as a like metal cover. So maybe for Streets of Rage 5 it'll be like, well, let's go metal.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
I think that the beat of the drum is the same beat as the older games. I'm not too sure though, but it's very similar.
Yeah, it feels very old school retro music style, like drum beats from really old games.
Yeah.
But obviously with a more modern sound to it.
Yeah,
So the beat is very familiar.
especially like the cello and the violins and stuff like that. That's not something that you'd hear in '90s music, especially. Man, can't believe it's already been 3 years since this game came out. I first
Really?
played it.
No.
Yeah, it goes by
How
fast.
old?
I first played it on Game Pass when it came out on there. Really enjoyed it with one of my friends, and then it came on Stadia, and I finished it on
Yeah.
Stadia also. It was so fun. Oh, Reaver loves the music. That's cool. Glad that you enjoy
and
it.
I also love metal. So does Ninja.
Yeah, definitely. Especially Doom. We need to play some Doom at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if this was some sort of like, I mean, like any playlist of like lo-fi playlist, like study playlist or chill in the background playlist like this, I would not bat an eyelid like this. But it also works really well as like video game menu.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what it is, and the rest of the soundtrack is a lot more upbeat. This was just the
yeah,
intro, just to reflects the older game. So it that's what it did, and it's it's pretty cool. I love it, and just the blend of all the composers in there, it's just really good. It's actually all famous composers, honestly. I'm looking at the name now, and I'm not too familiar with them, but when you look at their work, they really do amazing work. So it's cool that they that they continue that. I really hope that they continue. I hope that they make a fifth one. I think for the fourth one really did good. They actually did a DLC for it. So actually, I just wanted to show you some stuff first. So I got the
yeah, go for
soundtrack
it.
on CD.
Yeah, nice.
This is the selection, so it only have 18 tracks out of all of them.
Okay, yeah.
But then I got the full soundtrack on vinyl. So this is a collection
Ooh,
of for
just putting that up.
three vinyls. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that looks really nice.
Oh yeah, there's some really good art in there. I really
Yeah.
recommend it for anyone. The quality is amazing and it's excellent. And then there's the Mr. X Nightmare DLC soundtrack right here.
Oh, you have the DLC on
Uh,
vinyl as well. Nice.
yeah, they put it on vinyl. I'm not sure if it's on CD yet. Probably not. Oops, I almost saw some stuff.
It feels like it's not very common for people to put like DLC music on vinyl as well.
It's not recommended. You said? Sorry, I didn't
It's
hear
not very
well.
common, I think.
Not very. No, the thing is, it takes
So
a
it's
lot
really
of
cool that
effort
they
to plan
did.
it out, right? Because
Yeah.
the game is out, and then they have to do like another one. And the thing is, for the composers, when they master it on vinyl, it's a new contract also. So it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
mean that the composer is available to do that, or
Yeah, like the
they need
legal
to
things.
pay
Yeah, it's a
to
whole
do that.
mess.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly.
yeah, but that's really cool. Really enjoyed that music. And it feels
Good.
like and Chili Hunter and Reaver. I feel we should maybe bring up Rip and Tear. I don't know if we want to do it now or if we want to do it later.
Oh man,
But
I think
let's
we'll do
definitely
it
have a
today.
listen to that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, we'll
I
definitely do that
definitely
today
want to
for you
listen to
guys.
that.
Because I mean, it's never a bad moment for some Rip and Tear.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Every Wednesday when I was doing a Doom stream every Wednesday, and I was playing the song for the intro of my stream every single time. So
it's so
yeah,
good. It's so good.
I don't get tired of it. It's so good.
Yeah, it's so good. And honestly, I've played like 5 minutes of Doom, and like I'm not that good at shooters, so it was like, yeah, I'm not gonna enjoy this game, but I'm gonna enjoy the music. So
Yeah,
I've listened to that soundtrack a couple of times.
nice.
Yeah, that was really cool. Like not what I expected from a game called Street of Rage. Um,
Right, with the rage in it, right? You think
yeah,
like Rage
but I
Against the
like it.
Machine, or yeah.
I like the juxtaposition there, but yeah, really cool music. Should we let's talk about mine then next then?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
Yeah,
I'm seeing
so
the image there, and I've never
yeah,
heard
let's
it.
bring it up there. Let's small
Yeah.
teaser here. So this is from Crisis Warhead, and I mean you've all heard about Crisis. Crisis is
Hmm.
famous. But awesome crow. Good, not good that they had issues, but tech issues, but awesome that you're down for metal. This one is a little bit metal, but also very orchestral, as usual, per usual for me. Yeah, so Crisis One was obviously a big hit, but it was also quite limited. So with Crisis Warhead, there was a standalone expansion, which is honestly like it took the best, like what really was really good with Crisis and just made that better, and then and then it like with some like to have something releasing between Crisis 1 and Crisis 2. However, I don't think it did that well, which is a shame because it's honestly the best Crisis out there, I would say.
Really?
I would say I would say I like Warhead better than Crisis One.
What?
Crisis One is, but I also like Crisis One a lot. The music for Crisis Warhead, unlike Inon Sur did the music for Crisis One, but for Warhead they had a guy called Peter Anatovsky who was, I think then back then the audio director at Crytek. and also composed the soundtrack for this one, and then he helped out on Crisis 2 and Crisis 3 as well. Nowadays, he works at an indie studio called Kite Games, which is a kind of, I think, quite newly formed studio in Budapest, in Hungary. So hopefully we can get some more music from him down the line. But so far he's done Crisis stuff only. So yeah, like this tracks in particular is just, I mean, it gives me goosebumps whenever, like, I remember playing this section of the game, and it was like, because it's called hovercraft chase, because it's basically you're chasing a guy on a hovercraft. You're both on one hovercraft each, and you're tries to chase him down through a like ice covered lake, like that suddenly froze, and it's really really good. And like the music is really, it's a chase scene, so that and here
Nice.
therefore the music is quite intense. And it's a shooter.
Man. So it's crazy because, like, I haven't heard about Warhead since like college. You know what? I kind of forgot about it because nobody talks about it, right? Like they remastered the first, second, and third. I remember
and
Warhead.
The best one. Why?
Really? like I heard about it back then. I was like, "Oh, cool," and never actually like looked anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically like they took the things that people liked about Crisis 1, made more of that. And then they like the things people didn't like, they still kept in a little bit, but made better. And I think like it also has one of the best like you're on a train sequences in a game ever.
Oh wow!
Rivaling Uncharted 2's train scene.
No way.
Not in terms of like story wise, obviously, because Uncharted, but definitely in terms of like gameplay, it's super fun. Like you're on this moving train that actually moves through the area and through the level, and then the trains, you jump between trains, so the train stops for a while, and you have to go out on the station and do things. And like you can at any point jump off the train and then do maximum speed, run back to up to it, and jump back on again. Which is like, so you could jump off, punch a tank in the face and destroy it, and then run back on the train. Which is something you can never do in any other game.
Okay, I feel like this is going to be really intense. that soundtrack.
It starts out really intense, and then it goes a bit mellow, and then it goes back. Then comes one of the best string bits ever. So yeah,
okay. Let's
roll
check it out. Yeah.
Crisis Warhead.
Oh, that's like a Marvel vibe.
Yeah. The beat is so like it's empowering and epic, but also a bit stressful, and I like that.
Yeah, I always like when they put tam-tams in bands.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the actual word, but I call them tam-tams. Bongos is the actual word.
Yeah, right. That's it. And I like the melodies is so good in this track.
Oh wow, yeah. Oh yeah. Epic moment. Yeah. Oh, what?
And there goes the metal.
What? Ah, that is cool. I love that.
Yeah.
That was like a MIDI instrument or something,
it's
right?
Really, it's like an electric guitar and some drums as well.
Cool.
So I feel like
Oh man, they just
Transformers, metal, and like Marvel.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Man, that guitar, they really just teased you, right? Like they just put like a little bit of guitar and that's it. Hey Neil. Man, if I'd be stuck in a jungle with that music, I mean,
Yeah,
I'd be good.
Jungle at this point.
Yeah. Oh, a frozen jungle. Wow.
Oh yeah. I felt this part in the middle could have been a bit shorter, because for the gameplay it's supposed to be longer. They constantly get guitars again.
Oh yeah. I was waiting for that. Oh, I want some more of that.
Yeah.
Give me some more.
Teases.
Yeah.
And they have more, like later down in the soundtrack, there's more of those guitars.
Ooh. I love it though. It's very epic.
Yeah, and like the string melody there is just ooh, so good.
So is it a different? Is it a different composer than the original Crisis?
Yeah, it is. The original Crisis had Ian Sewell, who also did the Game of Thrones.
Okay. What? In Kingdom Hearts?
We'll have to bring that up for next week then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's really
so
good.
Really. I've been listening to this repeat for a month because like the day after our last show, I was like, I'm gonna do that track because I just thought of it and I was like, kept on repeat since then.
Wow.
Hey Ambi, welcome.
Oh man, I need to listen to the whole thing now. It's so good.
Yeah. And any moment now, I think that's my favorite part comes.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh yeah.
The
Like these
echo
muted,
guitar.
distant guitars.
There it is. They bring it. They bring it.
Yeah, and then they bring the drums back in again.
Nice. That guitar reminds me of like Duke Nukem for some reason.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, it does.
Yeah.
Might have been some inspiration, I don't know.
Maybe.
And I really like how they take a small melody piece of one instrument and then, just put it in there, and then again over there. But don't, like, most things don't ever say they're welcome. Welcome, Purple.
Hey, Purple. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds amazing. So, all right, I'm listening to this stuff.
Oh wow, that ended very abruptly.
Yeah. 'Cause it's supposed to loop, so it ends like and then it goes right like with like guitar in the middle, the drum in the beginning. Yeah. So yeah, that's the Crisis Warhead. It's really dope. I
need
really
to
like
play
it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, if you haven't played the game, it is, as I said, the best Crisis game in the series, in my opinion. And it's a standalone expansion, so it's not that long. It's like 8 hours. It doesn't overstay its welcome at all.
Oh wow. Honestly, the first game is not too long either, if I recall. I remember.
Yeah, the first one
100%
is
it. Yeah.
It is. It isn't that long, but it does overstay its welcome a little bit with the sort of the like the like the latter half of the game has some really cool scenes, but also has some scenes that sequences that is just so slow and not very fun. Whereas and it was like they spend the first half of the game building up this style of game, and then after halfway through it's like, and now we do a big reveal, and now it's a different style of game for like an hour, and then we go back to some sort of mix between the two that doesn't really work as good as the initial parts. But Warhead is basically just, let's do the best of the best from the first game again.
So forget about the original trilogy. Just play Warhead, and that's it. Just forget about the rest.
The only one that isn't remastered at this point, which is a shame. They really should remaster that one as well. But yeah, welcome, Purple. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Sorry about that. I had kind of some mix ups in schedules, and someone scheduled something again, but I'm here.
It happens to the best of us. For sure.
Definitely.
You'll be punished by showing us 2 songs today. No, just kidding.
I could do 2 from the same game because they are kind of the same genre, but I definitely went through and picked out my favorite. But I do have another one if y'all wanted another one. That is different, and if you're up to it, I can definitely pull another one that I like.
I'm up for
Yeah.
some more music for sure, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
So what do you
And
have
then
for
we
us
have
today,
promised,
Purple? Oh,
yeah, and we also have promised, just as mentioning, we have promised chat that we will listen to some Rip and Tear from
from
Doom.
Doom. Yeah.
Ooh, Rip and Tear is a great. Love it, love it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, her Doom is. Um. So am I next?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god! It feels
Perfect
like when I
timing.
have to, when I come onto a call late at work, you're like, and no, and I'm like,
Your turn. Yeah.
yeah, I know I'm not next. So,
Oh my god.
so with this actually came up in chat last time, and it was something I was thinking about doing.
Right, it did.
So I wanted to do it. So for all you all who love platformers, this is for Ninja Guy X. We have Cuphead.
Cuphead!
You know,
Yes.
and and before we get into it, obviously, if you've not played Cuphead, great game. It's amazing, but the art style. But what I really like about the music is like kind of this big band music, this big band style. So if we're gonna do two songs, my second song is different. It's still in the jazz format. Without further ado, this is Avery Action. And I will at the end I can talk to you about a little bit what happened in the song and why I picked this as number one.
Awesome.
Yeah, let's do it.
do it.
So goofy, and I love it.
It's
yeah.
There's so much going on in this song. You know, it's just super. If you can tell, like what this level can kind of imagine, a lot is going on. In the music itself, there are so many distinct solos going on in this one track. It's incredible. Like, the bridge is incredible. And there's a call out to actually a very historical and famous song. I want to see if we can catch it. Kind of
Really?
Huh. Yeah.
I didn't recall that.
I feel I should force my dad to listen to this soundtrack because he loves jazz and plays in like 2 jazz bands at this point. Now that he's retired, he has time for that. But yeah, I think he will love this.
Yeah. And so it's kind of like I showed this. But to do a trombone is like so beautiful. So that's why we have that previous solo was a trombone. But you have
Oh yeah, that song. Yeah, there you go. There it is. Of course.
So amazing to do that. You switch, and now you can set this piano, a beautiful piano solo. So I just think this song really captures a lot of content. This is like one of the harder levels in the game. They're all hard, so Neil, you heard it correctly. But it's so fun. If you're gonna die a lot, this is the game to die a lot on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if it's like the music makes you happy, and if the game is frustrated, it's good to have that counterweight of emotions. But I think it also helps building that sense of like fast paced. Because Cuphead is quite fast paced after all, right? I haven't played much of it at all, so
yeah.
So the music fits with that, but also has more of a happy tone that fits also with the graphics as well, to be honest. But not more
with the xylophone solo.
I'm guessing you're frustrated when you play this part.
Well, by this time, because this is later in that level, you definitely get frustrated because because you're like, I got so close, and then you die. So by the time you get to this part, you're just trying to get through it. There's so many instruments that you don't normally hear in video games, and this style of jazz, which is born in America, so of course I was going to bring it. So just not only the style, but the instruments is just not found in video games. There's really great jazz tracks in some other games, but I just thought this, as far as the big band style, it's amazing. And the art style, for y'all who haven't seen the game or played the game, kind of mixes in with that time period. It looks like a cartoon from that era. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love Sidlin's comment. I wouldn't mind dying repeatedly for this track.
Yeah. It makes you okay with it. And I think that is probably by design, let's be honest. game developers are nothing if not crafty, so that is by design for sure.
And I'm gonna, if you want, I can drop another one that is still a jazz track, but a different type of jazz. And I thought it was beautiful because I've never heard this form of jazz in a video game. So Big Ben, you kind of hear, and obviously straight out jazz, you'll hear LA Noir. But if you want, I can give you another one that I think is equally as impressive, but a totally different genre.
Definitely. But before we do that, I just want to give a little bit of history of the vinyl of Cuphead, if you guys are interested.
Go for it.
Oh,
You're definitely
you have it.
Let me share my screen normally here. Stop sharing that, and then Windows or entire screen. There you go, and share.
Let's see, it should
Does that work?
Any minute. Should there we go.
Okay, perfect. So this was the first version of the Cuphead vinyl that came out. Yeah, so they made it look like the old, the old 50s, or here it says like the 30s, and it was pretty cool. And don't try to find it now. It's like extremely rare, and you'll pay. It's not even worth.
It's $400. It's $400. I was thinking about getting it for this show.
Oh my gosh, you're crazy!
Yeah. Well, because I like the music, so it wasn't out of the order. It's not like, oh, I just want it. It's like it actually means something to me.
I actually owned this for a while, so just to let you know, the quality is excellent. If you get it. I wasn't done, Bjorn.
No worries. I haven't. I just wanted to bring you guys up a bigger one while we were.
Okay. Well, all right. So after that, they released another one. So this was, the cheaper version. It only had two vinyl, I think, on it. But the crazy thing is that their songs that they re-release, they've put different solos during the solo parts. So it's completely different. That. It's crazy.
Yes.
So I was listening to that, and I couldn't hum it anymore. Like I couldn't sing it anymore. Like it was all different. It was so cool.
No,
that's so clever.
That was and what's really cool about it is that there's they made some of the songs better. So some of the bridges, some of the solos, they switched it out. They maybe changed the pace to it. It was really cool to do that. So if you're into jazz, if you're just a gamer, it is a fun game. Mm-hmm. It is a hard game, but I think it's a game that does reward you for the more you play it. As there's some games where you're like, I'm just not going to get into it. Like this one, the more you do play it, there is kind of a rhyme and rhythm to the music and what's going on in the game. So that's why I picked that one. And then, like I said, I dropped another one. We don't have to listen to all of it, but it's a different type of jazz that I wanted to bring out because this is actually one of my favorite. This is probably my favorite in the entire album. But my brother heard this, and my brother's a professional jazz musician. If y'all did not know the chat, and I think Bjorn and Ninja Guy, I think I told you all that. But so he was blown away by this. So yeah.
That's cool. Let's put it on.
I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait to show my dad this soundtrack now. Oh yeah. This, if the last one was something I think my dad would enjoy, this is right down his alley.
Right. So automatically you get this straight tropical feel, and it is very much Latin jazz, Brazilian.
Jazz.
So definitely.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's just amazing how this song goes. And so you don't really hear any type of Latin jazz in games, and it's such a rich history for the region. And to see this game that features a lot of jazz and big jazz, to feature this and then kind of how they play in and out, it's just amazing. I thought
this guy's amazing, and recently he released the DLC also, the Delicious Last Course, and they got a vinyl for that also, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just musician-wise, the musicians playing this must be incredibly talented.
Oh, or the composer. I mean, I always think composers are phenomenal, and to bring it together in
Yeah, but was this
there's
composed by one guy, or
50
was it
tracks
like
or
a
something. It's
band?
crazy.
Because I mean, I could see, like, honestly, if I decided like, oh yeah, we gotta make a game, it's gonna be like a jazz soundtrack. At that point, just bring in the cool jazz and say, hey, like this, like we'll put the game up on the screen, and then you just jam and we record that, and then we pick what worked, and then we build from there. Like I think
He just watches the game and play.
yeah, like, play whatever you feel would work with this rhythm that we have in the game, and then just jam. Because that also feels like the jazz way to do it, to be honest.
And this is, as a trumpet player, nowhere close to the rest. And the way he did this, he just went scale off the scale. Extremely hard to do. And it's just amazing how he's playing, he's growling, he's doing so much right now with the trumpet solo. I get excited with this.
Yeah, this is good.
Like that growl, everything is just like perfect for the style and the type of jazz. Yes, I know, Neil. Amazing.
Yeah.
And then just kind of bring it back to the beginning. It's so good.
I think I kind of remember that this is like the flower boss, right? And she kind of like sings like that. She does that when she's
like dancing. She's
like vibing to it. Yeah.
And she's doing it just like that too.
Exactly. Oh man.
Yeah. Yes. Seeing Griffin scream. It's amazing, Reaver.
Nice.
I mean, I feel we should have. Now I want to hear that. So.
Well, that's Cuphead, y'all. Thank you. I was debating doing this one last time. I think I saw Neil. I think it was created or someone said, "Hey, have you take Cuphead?" So I was like, "That's what I was going to do." So I wanted to do it this time. Yes, welcome. Yes, Cuphead's just amazing. So, and this is kind of a Rudix, who's our native Portuguese, Brazilian, Canadian person. Obviously, that had a lot of Brazilian origins in the tempo.
Yeah, definitely.
So for sure,
Felt like
he's from everywhere, so
and
every song
Bossa Nova
fits
mixed.
him, right? Oh man. So yeah, that's amazing. I love it. I don't know any other. I can't think of any other video game that has like a really solid jazz soundtrack. There's Persona with jazz fusion, but it's not the same. It's not the same style. I've never seen it.
So one game, and I know Amy's going to be excited about me mentioning this because he's always plugging this game. If you like jazz and you want a different type of jazz, LA Noir also features jazz.
Really?
Yeah, it does. It does.
So if you're into like the mystery.
I'm kind of sad that they didn't make a follow up. I mean, they were working on some sort of follow up, but then that got canned. So, whenever
I wish they
saw the light of day, but yeah,
it's from Rockstar, right? Like, I guess.
Yeah, no, it was published by Rockstar, but it's like a third party studio that worked along with them.
Mafia's another one. Yeah, there's a couple. They're all kind of those period types of games, and so. But
Cuphead might be the only one that's not a period piece then that has that.
Well, the art style would be the period, kind of like
True, but
I guess it's always
timeless, to be honest.
Yeah, the art style is so great in that game. But I wanted to bring that because it's a genre we don't necessarily see a lot in games, and it's also a lot of people would say jazz is dying. And my brother's a big proponent that it's not, so I wanted to bring that up to show like how you can kind of revitalize technology, a platform, a difficult platform, but bring in this jazz element, and then so many different jazz types in one album. It just makes me laugh anytime I hear it. So.
There's so many, I follow a lot of vinyl community, and there's so many people into jazz. It's crazy. Like people who tries to find these old, jazz albums that are really hard to find and all that. It's pretty cool seeing them around and looking into that.
Yeah,
company went bankrupt.
That was happened. The studio went bankrupt. It was an Australian studio, I think, if I remember correctly. Really shame because They had so
I
much
think
fun
Cuphead
things
was an
going on.
Australian studio. You're exactly right. It was.
Yeah. The LA Noir one was thinking of specifically.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was a Australian.
Cuphead is also Australian. Or no, Cuphead's
Oh.
Canadian. I think Cuphead's
Wait.
Canadian.
Woo!
Rudy?
Rudix! we're the top dogs
Yeah.
here.
Let me see. Cuphead is, I'm pretty sure, Studio
But-
MDHR.
So yeah, Microsoft releasing these top
Yeah.
indie games is so good because they
Yeah.
got Ori and the Blind Forest, right, which has an amazing soundtrack also, and they recently released. I'm having a blank here. Hi-Fi Rush, right? I think I talked about it during last episode too, but
Yeah.
they seem to have like all really good composers for some reason, which is a good trend that I like. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, that was mine. Thank you all for kind of humoring me with that. But and Critics Hugo's Canadian Ninja Guy and all y'all, it's definitely one of my favorites.
Nice. So I think we have time for some Doom, right? Bjorn
Yeah, we
and
do.
Purple,
Yeah,
I
we
think.
do.
So we're definitely going to put some Rip and Tear in there for the people who don't know that song.
By popular demand.
Yeah, yeah.
And honestly, I love it. So yeah, I'm just happy with it.
Thank you for that, Crow.
Oh,
It's not dead.
you know-
It's just evolved. Exactly. That is jazz in a nutshell. Just
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do instead? Let me stop sharing and let me put
All
the
right.
live version of Rip and Tear if you guys are okay
Oh
with
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because
That's always nice.
Mick Gordon actually did a live performance during like a game award or something like that, and he's insane. He has a tie, like he's dressed up like a suit man, and he plays this crazy Doom music. It's just so crazy. Anyway, let me share
Yeah.
my screen.
And also,
again.
speaking of the Doom music, before while you bring that up,
Yeah.
if you guys haven't seen the GDC talk that he did about like how that music came to be, it's so good. Watch it. It's like an hour long, and it's just perfect. He talks about how he hid like secret messages in the waveforms and everything, and that people discovered that in like no time at all. It was just a dumb joke.
All right,
Yeah, let's bring it up.
let's do it.
Rip and tear.
I'm also happy to announce this year's winner for Best Music and Sound Design. That goes to Doom.
Woo, Doom!
And that may tie into our next performance. Composer Mick Gordon made an amazing soundtrack, and tonight he came all the way over from Australia. He's been designing soundtrack for games for many, many years, and I'm thrilled to have him here tonight to perform music from that winning soundtrack of Doom. Here is Mick.
And if I remember correctly, yeah, you're right, Riven. And I think if I remember correctly, it wasn't that a guitar that he basically. I think he talked to one of his friends. I think one of the players in Bring Me the Horizon, I think it was, and be like, "Do you like? I am looking for an like 8 or 9 string guitar. Do you have one?" And I was like, "Yes, I have one. You can have it. I never use it. It's so unusable for anything. I used it one time. Here, have it."
Oh my gosh!
And then
I don't know.
That's
I don't
what
know
he
the
used
story.
for
That's
the Doom
crazy.
soundtrack.
Wow,
Yeah, so that's a guitar. Yeah,
that's a
let's bring up the
crazy
volume a little bit.
guitar. Look at him go! Like it's crazy, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think he. I don't remember if it's actually Bring Me the Horizon, but one of those metal bands. He did mix the latest album of theirs, and like produce it. So
Oh. He just doesn't look like a metal guy. That's
Yeah.
what I like about it. He's just there. Oh, he's so good though.
it is so good. Nope, can't headbang with his headphones on; they'll fall off. Ah, so good.
Yeah. You know what?
What's
His
funny is that-
performance reminds me of Trivia for some reason. He's very kind of similar to Matthew. Oh yeah.
And
Man.
like, the way he works with analog synths making this soundtrack is also so cool.
Yeah.
And I think in the second Doom, the one of the synth sounds is a sample. Like he sampled and like turned it into keyboard sound. I think it was the chainsaw sound effect from the original Doom.
Wow.
So like the melody's being played on like the Doom like the Doom chainsaw. And he also had a lawnmower in one of them as an
A
instrument.
lawnmower.
Yeah,
Man.
and then
You sh-
pitch that up and down depending with like with analog mixers and synths. So
He's like lately on his Twitter, he's been teasing sounds. It's crazy. Like I don't know if he's working on something, but he takes like rubber and rub it on on a metal sink, and it does this really eerie sound, like a really cool sound that you hear like in a soundtrack of Doom, basically. And I don't know why he keep teasing those. It's so crazy.
yeah, Chili Hunter. I agree. It's sort of like gives me Eurovision. There's something Eurovision about it. I agree, and I will watch it definitely. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I listen to metal, I listen to video game music, and then once per year I listen to whatever is on Eurovision. So yeah, I like honestly, if you guys have some free time on Saturday or Sunday, like it will go. I think it will be on YouTube from the official Eurovision channel. It's a great it's a weird and great, lovely, amazing 4-hour watch. I can warmly recommend it. So yeah, Eurovision on Saturday. I think it's like something like 167 million viewers last year. Live.
Oh yeah, it's very popular.
It's so big.
It's funny because I don't think it is around here, right? Purple, do you hear about Eurovision a lot?
Not unless it's something that's like more like a current events type of deal, like not necessarily throughout
I mean,
the
it
whole.
is this week.
Yeah.
It's this Saturday. So
Yeah, I think it's a little bit less, known around North America. But I keep hearing European talk about it, right? So it must be really popular over there.
oh yeah, it's massive. It's like as I think it's like 167 million viewers.
Wow.
Last year just on TV, and then obviously this year they're bringing it out to the rest of the world a lot more on social media as well. I think they're live streaming the full show on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and TikTok.
Everywhere.
Yeah, and it's so good. Yeah, definitely watch it, especially Finland's. Like, I think you might like Finland's entry this year because it's so crazy.
I'll
But it
need
needs to be
to look
watched.
it up. You give me some recommendation, in
Yeah,
private
also,
chat. I need to listen to
yeah.
them for sure.
Lord of the Lost as well. German metal band is participating. It's always
Nice.
fun to see. I have to turn off those extra lights that turn on. There we go. But yeah, and yeah, exactly. Cha.
Charming. I don't know.
I mean, that's yeah. Just watch the finish thing. Electric Callboy, also great shout out. I've been binge watching Electric Callboy reaction videos this last 3 weeks because it's so funny.
Nice.
But yeah, is this one? Yeah, this is one I sent before. So have you guys heard about the game called Stray Gods? That's a role playing musical that's coming out.
What?
I had heard, like, I didn't know the name of it. Because the composer on this is Austin Wintory, who made Journey.
Wow.
And he
Okay.
and basically, like, he's been talking about this like kind of offhandedly on the Play Watch Listens podcast for well over a year. And he's making this, I think, produce. I think Troy Baker's a producer, and they've brought in a lot of really good voice actors into this. But it's basically a musical video game where you can, like, through choices and things, affect the not only what happens in the storyline but also the music. And there was like the branching, like it's like think branching dialogues of a narrative, like a narrative game with branching dialogue trees, but with music.
Oh my gosh.
And I think I heard somewhere that I think it was 90 hours of recordings Laura Bailey did or something like that.
That's a lot of work.
Just vocals,
Yeah.
and not even words. That's singing.
Yeah.
90 hours of singing for this game.
I was
something
thinking
that.
like Mass Effect, right? Mass Effect has so much dialogue in the game. It's like hours and hours, but a musical, I can't imagine how much work that must take. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then apparently it can, like, if you made this choice early in the game, like that might mean that you get a guitar solo on this part and not a saxophone solo. So
Wow.
yeah, it's. I figured we should watch the trailer because they released a trailer earlier this week. I haven't seen this yet at all, so I have no.
Oh wow.
I've only heard him speak of it, and I just came to think of it. Oh, we should totally watch that.
Let's do
So
it.
yeah, I think this could be really cool. I'm looking forward to this game just by hearing him speak about it.
Yeah.
So
All right.
let's give it a go.
Let's try it out.
Did you lose your keys, Fred? I thought you'd be. What the? Calliope?
Oh man.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, that's Ellie.
Writer of Dragon Age.
You know that you're lost now. You've been given powers you don't understand.
Reminds me of.
Oh, wow.
You
Yeah,
say you didn't
interactive
kill
role-playing
Calliope.
musical.
You have 1 week to
Nice.
prove it.
Austin
What do I
Wintory.
do?
Start singing.
So sorry you had to behave for this. I'm in the dark too as you're hearing this. But someone is dead and I'm losing my head. Like the goat said, this is my time to shine.
I think this will be a really cool game.
Oh my gosh,
Simple
yes.
matter to kill an idol.
You want answers? Fight for them.
How could you throw that?
This is so cool.
This is crazy. This is cool.
You abandoned
This
Oh my
is
God.
cool.
And then you like pick the next line and like takes instrumentals with it as well.
Ready to face the music?
And that's Troy Baker as well.
Wow, so many names.
I mean, look at
So
the
it's-
names.
Wow, some big names on Broadway.
Yeah.
Really.
Even
You recognize some of them?
Roll call.
Yeah, you recognize?
Is just beginning.
and that Ashley Johnson's voice I will always recognize.
The idols will be no more.
Wow,
This is cool.
this is so cool.
Man, playing a musical, I would have never thought. Like,
Oh, he's
these
coming
guys-
that
Yes.
soon? Yes.
Wow.
Yes, please.
Yes. No.
Yes,
this is
yes, Jem. This is a game.
Yeah.
That is that. So like living in New York, I just recently started getting into Broadway over the last right before the pandemic to now, and so it just hearing that and seeing some of those names, that's actually my choice for game of the year for something. It's gotta get
Yeah, might be game of the year.
Indie
period,
game
but,
of the
we
year
don't
or
know
something,
yet. It's
yeah.
not out yet, but
indie.
yeah.
Is it an indie? Because some of those people are from big studios, but is it an indie?
Oh.
I think it's kind of I think it's sort of indie. I mean, it's a smaller project. I think the studio is kind of new. It's something that from my understanding, like Troy Baker and Austin Wintory basically. Oh, there's a demo. Oh, God.
Let's play it live. No, just kidding.
Yeah. No. But yeah, I think from my understanding, this is like some sort of like passion project from them and a couple of others, and then they set up a studio to make it a couple of years back.
Yeah.
So
If Annapurna Games can have indie games in their thing, Humble Bundle Games so
oh yeah, for sure.
it like that was cool.
Mhm.
I'm interested in how they do. We were just
yeah.
talking about Jazz, who has very few games, right? Musicals in Broadway.
I think this might be the first one.
So,
Who thinks of these ideas? Like, holy crap.
but
Like,
what I'm interested in
Austin
is
Wintory.
the game, but also the story, right? So I think we can
Yeah.
kind of see the story arc on that, and just the fact that you have kind of this this RPG element to it, right? Where you can kind of choose I'm curious how those interact with each other between the game, your decisions. Like, is that something, or is it just purely on?
I think
this
it's
little thing?
I think it's like decisions affect the storyline, but also the music. I think I don't know where I saw him talk about it. I think there might be some sort of presentation somewhere. I'm gonna have to look it up later, where they go over like how it works, how the generated music system works. But it seemed to be quite complex, and like he said something about like
Yeah, it does.
yeah. It
Yeah.
reminds me of a game on Game Pass. I don't know why. I can't remember the name.
But no, you're thinking of I just playing the Telltale games.
No, not well. It is like it reminds me of that, but it reminds me of a specific game on Game Pass. It's like it's still animation like that. It just switched from one animation to another.
Dust.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, Aspect Falls. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
Dust.
was
I
nominated for a
streamed
bunch
that
of
one.
Game Award awards.
Yeah, I streamed that one. So it did have both Telltale games, and they kind of reminded me of that style as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes,
man.
Metal Hellsinger is awesome. Great music as well.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, no, but definitely. Like, I think it's like I think he said it would like if you combine all the choices you can do and all of the like so that would do more than just like a small key change or something like that. Like I think there were several thousand different permutations of how the music could go throughout the game, and like it was like kind of like any visual novel with like hundreds of endings. This is probably similar in terms of but through music. But he said it was a lot of work. Like
I can imagine.
It was like I do understand why no one has done this before. Like it's.
I'm curious to know like the production cost of, because some of those are big time, not just on on the Broadway, but also on the silver screen. So
yeah,
I'm really, which a lot of those started on Broadway. So maybe,
and also like in the video game voiceover scene as well. Like Laura Bailey and Troy Baker, for example. But I think it's also like they did. He said that they did everything with like everything was through like done by SAG rules. So 4 hour maximum of 4 hour sessions. Being paid as by contract from SAG. So
4 hour session of singing. Oh my god. That's crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, but like they were doing everything by the union rule book as well. So it must have been expensive. But yeah, I think it said I think it was 90 hours of recording with the lead vocalist Laura Bailey.
That's insane.
So
hopefully she got
if that
paid.
game doesn't go for nomination for at least like best music, I would riot.
Man, and it's coming so soon. Like, do you know?
Yeah.
I didn't notice
August
on
3rd.
which platform. Like, is it multi-platform?
That's
right.
I think wishlist on Steam I saw. So
I think it's Steam. I don't think this is. We will find out soon enough. It doesn't. It just says Windows, so it's probably a PC. A PC to. I don't know.
Probably not demanding though, so I think it should be good. Hopefully,
Yeah.
because I really want to play it, optimally. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it definitely looks like maybe it's surprising this is flying under the radar as much as it is, considering that they've kind of has somewhat of a, obviously they did a whole thing to introduce the cast, which is not normal for a game of this size. So it's to me it's kind of interesting, but I'm excited. Thank you, Born, for bringing that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, there's finally something out of this game I've heard them talk about, and it was like. I saw that. I remember the Stray Gods was the name, and then I googled that and I didn't find it at first. So, yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, this is one moving up the list of most anticipated games of this year. I think definitely for sure. It's
coming in. The August 3rd. What else is coming out in August? I think
Baldur's Gate at the end of August, but that's
what I was thinking of. Baldur's Gate.
That's in the last August 30th, the 30th. So that's I have a full month to play Stray Gods. That's perfect.
Yeah, Sea of Stars is coming in
August
also, but you guys are probably not familiar with that.
No,
it comes a few weeks before this. So,
Sea of Star composer is Eric Brown, and they're going to be adding some compositions from Yasunori Mitsuda, which is the composer of like Chrono Trigger and all of that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, one of your favorites.
Yeah, exactly. You remembered.
Yeah, I remember. So yeah, but guys, I think it's probably time to wrap this up because it's getting late over here. So thank you so much for joining us for yet another month of awesome music. And I mean, I love doing this show, man. It's so nice to just dive into some awesome music every night and just give the time to breathe.
I like it once a month. It's not too much. It's just a relaxing day of the month that we can just do that and do it. I love it.
No, I like it. This is cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, y'all.
Thanks for being here. So yeah, we'll be back next month. Which day of the month we'll see. I mean, it's a scheduling thing. And as always, drop your recommendations of things we should listen to in chat or in the comment sections if you're watching this after the fact. And we will be back in about a month. Cheers.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.